Hi everyone, I'm Courtney. This video is to help you learn new English vocabulary. Listen to learn new words. Today, I'm taking a test. The test is about social studies. The test is designed for 6th graders. Can I pass the test? Let's find out. The first question is, what was the period of poverty after World War I called? The Big Band era? The Great Depression? The Swing era? Or the Roaring Twenties? Well, the period of poverty after World War I was called the Great Depression. I think it was called the Great Depression. I got it correct. Next question. What country bombed Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941? Germany, China, Japan, or Russia? This is an interesting question. I used to live in Hawaii. And I know the country that bombed Pearl Harbor, a place in Hawaii, was Japan. Every December 7th, people in Hawaii remember Pearl Harbor Day. So I'm choosing Japan. Correct. Okay. Question 3. Which form of government is a government elected by the people of the country? A dictatorship, a democracy, a monarchy, or a republic? A dictatorship is when one person is in charge. It's not voted on by the people. A monarchy is like a king or a queen. So I'm between a democracy or a republic. I remember there's a difference between the two, but I can't remember what the difference is. I think they're very similar. I know the US has a democracy, but we might also have a republic. I can't remember. I'm going to choose democracy. Sweet. What was the first name of the wife of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt? Eleanor, Elizabeth, Sojourner, or Susan? President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President Roosevelt, was a pretty popular president. And so was his wife, so I know that it was Eleanor. This was before I was born, though. Correct. Okay, question 5. Which president died in 1945, leading to his vice president Harry S. Truman's presidency? So, Harry Truman took over as president after what president died in 1945? Franklin D. Roosevelt, Jimmy Carter, Abraham Lincoln, or George Washington? Well, I know Abraham Lincoln and George Washington were way before 1945. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president, and George Washington was the first president. So it's between Jimmy Carter and Franklin D. Roosevelt. I'm going to say Franklin D. Roosevelt. I think. Let's try it. Okay, I got it correct. The next question, question number 6, is on a map of the US, what would the grid show? Direction? Landmarks? longitude and latitude, or distance? Well, the grid has lines of longitude and latitude. Or maybe it's latitude and longitude. I can't remember, but I think the grid is longitude and latitude. Cool. I got it right. Question number 7. Which term refers to the number of buyers for goods or services at a set price? Need, demand, trade, or supply? Well, I think it's demand. Demand is how many people want to buy something. So I'm choosing demand. Yep, I got it right. So there's a law called supply and demand. And supply is how many of a product exists, and demand is how many people want to buy that product. Okay. Question number 8. What president resigned due to his association with the Watergate scandal? John F. Kennedy, Bill Clinton, Richard Nixon, or Lyndon Johnson? I don't remember this very well. I actually don't even remember what the Watergate scandal was. I can't remember exactly what it was. And it was very important. But I think it was Richard Nixon. Let's try it. Yeah. Okay. The Watergate scandal involved a break-in at the Democratic National Committee headquarters, which was linked to Nixon's re-election campaign. Okay. As the investigation unfolded, it was revealed that Nixon had knowledge of the break-in and attempted to cover it up. So, okay, next question. Question 9. Which U.S. president resigned from office in 1974? Jimmy Carter, Richard Nixon, John F. Kennedy, or Bill Clinton? Well, we just read that Richard Nixon resigned from office due to the Watergate scandal. So I'm choosing Richard Nixon. And I'm correct. I think I would have gotten that wrong. I wouldn't have known that. Okay. And the last question, the 10th question, is on July 4th, 1976, the United States of America celebrated what birthday? Its 50th birthday? Its 100th birthday? Its 200th birthday? Or its 150th birthday? Well, this year is the 250th birthday of the US. So it's not 250. Let's see. 1976. I think that was... I'm not good at mental math. I'm really not good at mental math. I think it was its 200th birthday. I think it was its 200th birthday because my dad was born in 1960, and my dad is 66, right? Yeah, my dad is 66. So, 1976 was probably it was probably 50 years ago. 1976 was 50 years ago, if my dad is 66. So, the US celebrated its 200th birthday. I am not good at mental math. I hope that the math test for this is easy. Sweet. I got it correct. Awesome. How did you do? Did you know the answers to these questions? Let me know in the comments. I'm Courtney. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, you can watch another one just like this next. Bye! See you later!